got a studio audience today. Yeah, okay. This got my sign, so I guess we're still Accordion Cool. My name's still Coach Dave, I think. And, you know, after last week's show, or the last show we did, Austin said to me, you know, can we just make the set look a lot more attractive and cuter and prettier? I said, sure. Right here beside me. So those of you who recognize this young lady, this is Katie Hurwitz, and she was on earlier in the season, and she plays, no, that's not a violin on steroids. That is a cello. And this young lady, I'm going to ask her to tell you a little bit about herself. Note I said little bit, because if she tells you all the things she has accomplished in her young years, there'll be no more time for music. So Katie, tell us a little bit about Katie.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Katie, and I'm a cellist, as you can see. I am a senior at the University of Rochester, where I'm studying music, but also elementary education and creative writing and comparative literature. And I'm very interested in, exploring different genres of music. So I was raised with classical music, but I've been trying to learn different genres like jazz, which is one of my favorites, and then music from all around the world too, and just play music just for the joy of it. So I'm very, very happy to be here today.
Well, thank you very much for coming, and welcome. Now, that first song we played, you probably recognize, is Tenderly. Now, that song was written around 1946, and it was actually written in 3/4 time as a waltz. And then kind of the jazz folk got a hold of it and did it in 4/4 time, which is how we do it today. So Katie has picked all the songs for today. So any that come out bad, we'll just blame her, what the heck. So on the second tune, one of my favorite tunes, this song was written in 1955, and the first recording, or maybe one of the only recordings, by Frank Sinatra? Yeah. He's a little known vocalist.
Just a little.
Yeah, he did it on his album of the same name. No, the album wasn't called Same Name. The album was called The Wee Small Hours of the Morning. So we're going to try that right now, and I'm going to give Katie, I guess, about 4 bars or so intro, and this is a pretty tune, so here we go. Thank you, audience, in the wee small hours of the morning. Well, you know, we're going to turn Katie loose here, let her do something on her own, because I'm old and I need to take a nap.
So I will be playing a blues tune called Black Coffee. I know Sarah Vaughan made it popular, and it's a pretty little piece.
Now, I explicitly told you before the show, it's not nice to make the host look bad. I had never heard that song, believe it or not. But very, very nice. By the way, for you folks who watch I washed my tongue this morning, I can't make it work. For you folks who are frequent watchers of this show, you probably notice, yes, I got another different accordion on. And there's no truth to the rumor that as soon as Austin saw it, he went screaming out of the control room. No truth to that rumor at all. He walked out. No, I mean, I don't know how many accordions we've been through in this show, but this is it. This is the final. Well, until we get another one, but I think this one will do it. So Austin, you can relax. You put the bottle back in the drawer. You'll be all right. So. All right, because you see, Austin, he's a guy behind the glass that if we look good, he's the man. So he's the man we got to be nice to. This next tune, another pretty ballad, one of my favorite tunes from 1953. And it was part of a show, which I do not know what the show was, probably one of those many shows that folded after 2 performances but left us with a pretty tune. And it's called Here's That Rainy Day, which, by the way it looks outside when we came in here today, is pretty appropriate. So I'll give you another 4 bars. How's that sound? Okay. is that rainy day. Well, I think it's time to turn Katie loose again.
Sounds good.
Okay, what you got?
So there's a tune by Rodgers and Hart called "You Are Too Beautiful." My first year of college, I used to practice in the practice room, and my friend would play this in the practice room next to me, and I'd say, "What's that beautiful piece?" And I learned it myself, and I made it a cello piece. So I'll be playing that.
Katie Hurwitz. Well, Katie had a fun thing happen to her before we started playing. There's a fellow that has been actually sitting right where Katie sits on several occasions. He's only suggested that he's probably the best accordion player on the planet, and he just happened to come by, and he and Katie did a couple of tunes together. Did you enjoy that?
I did. It's not every day you get to play with a 3-time world champion accordion player.
Well, of course, that was our friend Corey Passator. Well, then, of course, we started filming and she got me. But anyway, you know, we got a few extra minutes here. Is there something that we've maybe done in the past, something we can just throw out there?
We could do Autumn Leaves.
We can do Autumn Leaves, all right. I'll give you some kind of an intro, and we'll see if we can get into it.
Okay.
refreshments while you wait. Thank you, thank you. Well, we're getting down towards the end of our time here. So we're going to close with, again, one of my favorite tunes. She knew the right tunes to pick. And this song, the first time I've ever heard it, and most of the times I've heard it are just by the late, great Art Van Dam, who was, kind of the grandfather of this whole jazz accordion thing. And I think he has on several of his albums. So he must have liked it. There's several songs that he has on a lot of his albums, so I'm sure this was one of them. It's called On Green Dolphin Street. So I'm going to take us in, if that's okay. And you kind of want this a little up-tempo, right? You said?
Yeah, nice ending piece.
Huh?
Nice piece to end.
Yes, okay, here we go. On Green Dolphin Street. All right, we're just about out of time here, and once again, thank you to Austin behind the glass, who makes us look and sound good, and of course our studio audience out there, and of course the great Corey Pesatoro for coming by and doing a couple of tunes with Katie. So now when she goes back to college, she can say there's a new sheriff in town, and it's Katie, because she has played with Corey Pesatoro and got the pictures to prove it. So Katie, I want to thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much, too. This is
would you come back and see us again?
I would love to.
Okay, we'll see what we can set up. You get all this silly college stuff, takes up all your time.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching, listening, however you do get our little show here. And Katie, we're going to just play out On Green Dolphin Street.
Sure.
And when you see Austin walk through the door, you know it's over.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.